Welcome back, guys. Oh man, did I have a day yesterday. Good grief. But before we start, I just want to show you the traffic, right? Well, let me zoom in a bit. Right, have a look. See how kind of even the traffic is now? The traffic used to be very bunched up on this inner road, but now it's kind of even. Although actually now I've said that, there's no cars on this inner road. Here they come. Yeah, it's kind of nicely evenly distributed. Now, the way that I've got that to happen, let's show you this before I do anything else. What I've done, yeah, that'll do. These two roads here, this one and this one, so the two top roads, I've changed those from being two-way streets to being one-way streets, and the direction is coming in towards the centre. Okay. Now, what this means is that workers who are coming down here can choose like where they go to, but they can only move in towards the centre if they decide to change the road that they're on. And what that means is it stops the traffic all deciding, oh, I'm going to take the shortest route back to town, so I'll go out to this outer lane and then just take the shortest route back. And that's distributed the traffic a hell of a lot better. Although I have noticed the sneaky little drones, because the drones are produced in the drone factories on this lane, and this is still a two-way street, the sneaky drones keep coming out to this side, and the drones tend to bunch up on this inner lane. But I might figure that out later. But I was telling you, oh boy, did I have a nightmare yesterday. You know, somebody asked me like about a week ago, how long does it take you to make your vids? How long does it take to make like a 20-minute vid? Well, you know, it kind of depends. As I said when I answered the question, you know, it can take, it can take like a couple of hours, or it can take like 2 or 3 days or more. This one, I mean, I spent like about 10 hours trying to fix a problem that I ran into with this city yesterday. And I actually mentioned this like right at the beginning, and I didn't think it would be a problem, but it was. What happened was, when I was trying to plop factories or mega towers or kind of anything, the game was crashing instantly. You just plop the building, crash. Reload, plop a building, crash. And I pulled my hair out trying to figure out what the hell was wrong. But eventually I did figure it out, and it's this limit on road sections, and this it's a limit of 1,024. You can have 1,024 road sections. And you might say, well, hang on a second, what's that got to do with plopping buildings? Well, I can actually show you this now because of a new bulldoze tool. They've updated the bulldoze tool to 1.6, and you'll notice that those bits of road that I had lying around from the mega towers in the last video, they've gone, and I'll show you this new bulldoze tool and how it works. So when you bring up the bulldoze tool now, all these little bits of road that are created when you plot buildings are now highlighted in red, and you can bulldoze them. All right? So let me show you. Let me plop in a mega tower, and I'll show you exactly how this thing works. So let's just bang a mega tower in there. If I bring up the bulldoze tool, you'll see, and I'm going to zoom in because this is kind of important if you're trying to do this. There's a section of road that runs all the way through, and a section of road that runs in here, joins up. So it's a complete T, even though it looks like there's a little section missing sort of here and here. It's actually a complete section. Right. Now let's delete the mega tower. Oh, that's the blooming apartment now. Let's delete the mega tower. Boom. Demolished. Okay. Now, the thing is, this little section here is invisible. And I don't know why, to be absolutely honest. But you can still you could still demolish it. But you kind of got to remember that it is there, and you can kind of see that. Like, see that little bit of yellow? Let me zoom right in. See this? See, there is a road there, and you can see it's all made up of individual sections, and there is a bit of road here. So all you do, just hold down the control key, and you can just about see. You see that it is highlighting that. Just get rid of that, and you'll see this road change, this road end. Watch when I do this one. Watch this road end. See, I get rid of that. There you go. And now I can just boom, boom, boom. And all these annoying little bits of road that used to be left over, gone! Problem solved. The modding community are continuing to improve these mods, like literally day by day. So, man, I've got real hopes for this game. I think things are just going to keep getting better and better. Right, so I ran into this 1024 problem. So what I did was I actually got rid of, you remember when I put this road in around the back, this regional road, and I connected it up to here, just to prove that it didn't actually make any difference. I got rid of a little bit of road here, and I've been sort of trying to remove where I've got like multiple sections. So, for example, I know that when I drew this road, I did it in little bits to try and fix the glitches. So there's probably like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 road sections here, although you can't see them. So what I'm going to do is, as I put in these rows, like I've repopulated these rows, as I put these rows in, I'm going to demolish the road completely and just like start again. And hopefully that should take out a whole bunch of road sections, and we should be okay. So what have I been doing? Right, well, you remember I was talking about education in the last one, and we had colleges in the middle, and I've replaced the colleges. Well, let's see what the effect is on our education. Let's go to the education. Boom. And you will see that, whoa, problem solved. We've got like pretty much the whole thing now going to college. Although I am having a missing students problem. Oh, and somebody left me a comment. Adi left me a comment and said, oh, I don't think people go missing. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I've already proved that. Absolutely categorically. Go and watch my Omega series. Look at the education special, and I prove it categorically. I'm not going to do it again. But you can see, what time is it now? 4 p.m. You know what? I'll crank this up. I will kind of prove it. All you need to do is get into the early hours and then look at this education overlay, right? And by about 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, every building should be full of either purple bars indicating uneducated kids or green bars educating students. And every building, every one of these medium density residential buildings should have 15, either 15 kids or 15 students. And you'll see that there's a whole bunch missing, right? And once I've proved that to you, I'll show you how I've been repopulating the city. And it's not just affecting the students, it's also affecting the workers. Let's go up here and I will show you. Got a bunch of things to show you. Like a lot happened yesterday. If I just bring this up, you'll see. Right now, I've been repopulating, and I'll show you the technique that I've been using, which I think is actually better than using the mega towers. The mega towers is really good if you're kind of short of space, because you can just have like one little area for a mega tower and just keep demolishing the levels. That works, but I've got a bit more space, so I've been using another technique, and I'll show you. Actually, workers is kind of behaving at the moment. There was one showing up, but I've had like this whole area saying no workers. But like I said, I repopulated fairly recently. So let's check out that education situation and see what the score is. Students, I mean, this not long ago was full. This was 7590, and now, I mean, there's a few purple bars, but remember, each one of these is only 15, so that's maybe 200 kids who aren't going to college. Well, where are the other, like, 1,300, you know? Crazy. Alright, I'm not going to kind of harp on about that too much. See, we're already into the early hours. It's after 1 a.m. Right, the majority of these buildings should now be full of either students or kids, and they're just not. There's loads of them missing. Real pain. So, what I've been doing to repopulate, and like this is thanks to the RCI plop. Just go to high density, pick a nice building, and then I'm just going to bang in a row of these. Boom, boom, boom. Not going to be too fussy about it. And the nice thing is, I'm probably going to leave, I'm going to trim this back, I think. I'm going to leave a gap in here for just to distance the residential from the factories. Although, to be honest, I don't think pollution seems to be having any impact outside the city borders, which is kind of nice. Right, let's one more in. There we go. The thing with RCI plop, it's now so quick to place high density. Like before, you would have had to zone this and then wait for it to go through low density, medium density, high density. It would take ages. But now you can just slap them in. It's like, boom, slap them in, they grow, done. And it's a really quick way to repopulate. I mean, each one of these adds like 600 residents. I think it's like 150 students or something. Let me switch so that you can see this to the population overlay. Right, so here they are, already built. You can see how quick it is. And any second now, they're going to populate. Come on, guys, populate. Takes a few seconds for the people to get their moving vans over here. And then we'll see the bars appear. And then these people will go off to work or school or whatever. Then we just delete these buildings and boom, we're done. Come on, guys. Populate. Here we go. There we go. There we go. That's more like it. Right, and the purple bars are the uneducated kids. There's 100. I said 150, didn't I? There's 100. And there's like 600 residents. Right, now they will all go off to school, go off to work, etc. And then I'm just going to demolish these buildings. So that's like, I think that's about 12 buildings. So that's added about 1,200 students to the city. Right, let's just get rid of these now. And then what I want to show you is the effect on the education numbers. Leave that one for a second. Come on, guys, go to work. Yeah, like there's like 450 already gone to work from there. Yeah, over 400. Good. Boom, done. Right. So now let's take a look at these numbers. Oh, look. All of the students are going to school now. What a surprise! Because we've reintroduced a whole bunch of students. And after they've gone to school, right, they'll go back to their houses. But pretty soon they'll go missing again. So this repopulation is something that you're going to have to keep doing. And it's a real pain in the backside, I'll tell you. Here we go, look. 7,000. Awesome. But, you know, it's one of those things, you know, at least there is a solution to fix the problem. Cool. So that's education. And what else do I need to show? Oh, I need to show you crime, don't I? Crime. Oh, Crime. We're down to 750. So we've halved the number of criminals, right? And that's just from putting these 2 rows in. I think once I've got all the other rows in, then things are going to look pretty cool. So I think, now one of the things I have been doing when I've been playing around with the community colleges is just turn them off to clear everybody out before you demolish them. I don't know whether it makes any difference, because when you demolish them, you will see like all the people coming out, but I just like try and do anything to avoid problems. Let me pause this for a second. I'm just going to take this row out completely and just redo it. Oh man, I hate it when it does that. I think goes in a loop. Let's try. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I want to get rid of the community college. We'll just repopulate one of these rows. Now you'll notice that outside the city borders it doesn't get rid of these buildings, so you have to go and demolish them individually yourself. Cool. Oh look, just show you the bulldoze tool. Look, you can see these little red strips. And this is how I kind of figured it out, because I realised that some buildings were crashing the game, some buildings weren't, and it's the ones that were adding a road section that were crashing it, and that's why I realised I'd run into that 1024 limit. Cool, huh? Alrighty, so now I'll take a regional UDON one-way high-density street and just hook it up in one continuous run up to here if I can. Come on. There. I'm just going to hit the M key to raise that up. That's better. Right, so I think that's potentially a solution to the glitchy terrain. Just hit the M key once. It just evens it up. You will maybe in the center get it slightly raised, but that's no big deal. Oh yeah, that's very cool. That's very cool. So then I can come around here, plop in a community college. Plop in 2 community colleges. So one there and one. I want to get these like well lined up. Is that the right? Or is that? I think it's there. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, it looks about right to me. Cool. Right, and then I have to do the extremely tedious process of of banging in these residential buildings again, which like it was bad enough the first time. Doing it the second time has been like kind of torture. Medium density. Oh, that looks different for some reason. Yeah. Now, as well as doing this, I've been trying to get around to releasing the new Skye pack. Because like this bulldoze tool, and there's some other updates. Like there's more parklets, and there's updates to several of the mods. But things are very different. Make sure you check the instructions for Skye Pack 2.0, because the installation instructions are different. I wanted to mention that. Am I going to bang these in while you're here? Yeah, what the hell? Let's bang a few in. I'm kind of getting the city ready for the live stream, and I'll tell you now, it's like it's just after 2 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. I'm doing another live stream tonight at 8 p.m. So I've got like a huge amount to do with the city to kind of get it ready for tonight. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do tonight. I think it'll probably be maybe, I don't know whether the city's going to be completely finished. I think I'll spend some time with you, show you this. But who knows, we might spend like half of it, like spend the first hour looking at the city. I'll answer questions and show you stuff, and then then maybe the second half we start something new. I'd like, I'm seriously thinking about doing the Academy Enclave city because that's new and different, and I kind of like that idea. Right, everything else is working cool. I did start to run into some water problems, so I've added a few more water towers down here, and I still had a few more questions about the distribution. It's just a case of even though you've got these kind of like relatively larger chunks of water flowing around, it's just that they don't get over here very often, and you can have a period of, like a minute or so when just no water will flow down this street. If you get one that does go down the street, it'll completely fill every building, right? But it's just, waiting for one to get there. And that's why adding these few little pumps just keeps a continuous flow of water, which keeps them happy until a big chunk of water comes along and fills them up. So there you go. That's that. We can let this run. Omega. Let's have a look at the Omega situation, because I spent quite a lot of time on the Omega because the Omega trucks were really playing up. They were really behaving kind of crazily. Let's have a look what the situation is now. I think they're kind of still doing it, to be honest. I think this is something I'm going to have to play around with. Let's look at the Omega map. You'll see that even though I've got all of these Omega factories in, right, we're populating over here, but we're not getting these converted. And what's happening is that the trucks are just kind of going round in circles in the middle, and it's just screwy behaviour. But I'm hoping that once I kind of get like the whole thing repopulated again, that it might sort itself out a little bit. We'll kind of have to see. If it doesn't, I might have to change this second road back to two-way again, because this was working fine before I changed these two roads to one directional, and I think it's kind of screwing with their pathing. They seem to get drawn into this centre section, and then they can't seem to get themselves out of it very easily. But yeah, is what it is. Is what it is. And I still maybe need to change this road across here to a road without traffic lights, just to ease it up, because I've noticed you do get a little bit sticky sometimes, because I put in a lot more of these roads coming up here, and again these are two-way, so we've got relatively short junctions across here to kind of don't like very much. But I don't know. I don't know. I might have a play around with that tonight. We'll see. We will see. But the rest of the city, apart from the industry messing around, the rest of the city's doing pretty good. These two rows have become completely converted to Omega. Our profits, like when the industry populates, we're up over 250. But the industry, like I said, is playing up a little bit, and that's dropping our profits, because we're not getting too much out to commercial, because a lot of the factories aren't producing Omega-ized freight. Oh, I should pause this, because one thing I've noticed when I've been trying to repopulate this, they've already built. It's actually easier to judge before they've finished building. We don't actually have a lot of commercial in yet. It'll certainly help a hell of a lot. So, take those out, and then 1, 2, 3, and then those. Can actually judge it based on these commercial buildings. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is interesting to watch, isn't it, guys? And then I'm going to allow... Am I going to allow 4? Did I? No, didn't. So that's a commercial. 1, 2, 3. rid of those. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of those. Wow, you guys must be fascinated right now. Watching me do this, especially on the basis that you've already seen me do it. But like, I've had people nagging me like, oh, you know, like in the last review, you didn't build anything. Well, I was explaining stuff to you, which I think is like way more, certainly way more important. I think it's more interesting to kind of see what's been done and then have it explained, rather than watching me put in like rows of blooming buildings. But there you go. I've actually built some stuff this time. Shall I put the commercial in? Yeah, I'm going to put the commercial in because the commercial's really quick. Okay, so there you go. We've got a third row in. Or almost. I need to do the top bit, but almost a third row in. And let's have a look at the education again. We're holding up at just over 7,000. But like I said, I might be able to show you this again tonight, and just prove to the disbelievers that the students do go missing. And please don't, like, seriously, go and if you doubt it, go and watch my Omega. It's like episode, I don't know, it's about episode 49, episode 50 of the last series, and I prove it categorically. So if you disbelieve, go watch that. Okay, guys, all I need to do now is just keep putting these rows in. So I'm gonna get off and do that, and hopefully be ready for the live stream tonight. It's 8 p.m. UK, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Hope to see you there on Twitch. Catch you for the next one.